So MCP just got its first official extension and it is called MCP Apps. And here's what's interesting. Anthropic, OpenAI, and the open source community all collaborated on this standard together. And it basically allows MCP servers to ship their own user interface directly inside the chat. What this really means is the MCP tool doesn't just give you a text response anymore. It actually renders an interactive dashboard, a form, or a visualization, whatever the MCP server developer has built, automatically inside your conversation. This is pretty cool, and this is certainly going to change how we interact with our agents via the Model Context Protocol. Let me show you what I mean. All right, so now I am in my Claude.ai. This is the web version, not the desktop. And I'm going to ask a simple question, open the scenario model. Now, in this case, there is an MCP server which it is going to call, and the MCP server actually has a visualization built which directly gets displayed over here. So this is not a text response. This is a full-blown interactive visualization that you can see as an output. So I'm able to interact with it. I can do different comparisons, and you can see the overall dashboard just works, right? And then outside of that, it also provides you a lot of details around text. So it's basically a combination of a complete scenario modeler as well as the response based on the text as well. So this is one fantastic example of what an MCP app is going to look like. Now, let me show you another example, which is via Figma. So I'm going to ask, hey, create a high-level CDP, which is Customer Data Platform Architecture flow in Figma. And what you would see now is it is able to go ahead and directly call Figma, and Figma basically shows the MCP app here, and you will see that it has directly created a CDP architecture right here, right? It is also explaining what needs to be done, but let's just verify what it has built. So data coming from different data sources, even streaming, all of this getting connected. There's an ID resolution, unified customer profile, then you will do some segmentation, create machine learning models. This is just fantastic, right? So this is really a fantastic explanation of what a potential customer data platform could look like. And you're able to see this pretty quickly. So this is another example of what an MCP app could look like over here. And in this case, we're calling Figma. Let me show you one more example over here. So I have already connected my Canva to this, and I'm going to ask it to show my latest thumbnails. So it is going to go back and look at my thumbnail designs, and it is able to find that for me, right? So these are all the things that I have created, and you can see it is able to provide all of that. So if I click on Opal, it will take me to my Canva link, and it will directly show me this is the one which I had created. So it is directly linked there, right? The key thing here is it is now able to directly show a visualization versus showing you just the data as an output, right? And these visualizations would be something that will be built directly by the person who's actually built the MCP server, all right? So now that we have seen the demo, let's go ahead and understand how you will be able to set something like this on your end. So some of these are out of the box. So for example, Figma, etc., are just out of the box. It's very easy to connect. And some of these could be custom. So I'm going to share how you can actually go ahead and get something like this right now in your Claude.ai. All right. So with that, let's get into understanding first what MCP Apps is all about. And then I will also explain you the configuration part of it. All right. So let's get into it. All right. So let me explain what problem MCP Apps actually solves and how it really works under the hood. So before MCP Apps, here is how the tool responses would work. You call an MCP tool, maybe it queries your database or it calls an API. The tool actually returns data, usually JSON. The model then summarizes that data in text, and then you read the summary, right? And that works fine for simple things. But here's the thing, text responses can only go so far. What if the tool actually returns a chart you want to explore? What if you want to filter, sort, or drill down into the data? What if the right answer requires 15 back and forth messages? That could have been just one interactive widget. This is the exact problem MCP Apps is actually solving. Now the tool developer can ship an HTML bundle, basically a mini application that renders directly in the chat. Here's how it works. The MCP server exposes a UI resource that's an HTML, CSS, JavaScript bundle packaged together. When you call the tool, the host fetches this HTML bundle and renders it in a sandbox iframe. The sandbox is important because the apps cannot access your cookies, cannot read the parent page. All communication is actually controlled. And here is the clever part, the app API. The app gets three main methods. One is the on-tool result, When you call the tool, the result data gets pushed into the app. The app renders it, shows the chart, sets the sliders. Number two is the call server tool. The app can call more tools on the MCP server. So when I drag a slider, the app is actually calling a tool to recalculate. And third is the update model context. So when I interact with the app, for example, like select options, the app tells Claude what happened. So if I ask a follow-up question, Claude knows what I was looking at. These three methods actually create a full bi-directional flow, and that's the architecture. So now that we have understood the architecture, let me go ahead and help you set some of these up in your cloud environment. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so there are a lot of partners who have already created default MCP apps. You can see some of the names listed here: Amplitude, Asana, Box, Canva, etc. And to enable them on your end, it's pretty easy, right? So you come here on settings and then click on connectors. So these are usually the connectors for connecting to the MCP servers of these particular vendors. And of course, MCP Apps is delivered as part of MCP, right? So you can select any one of your choice, right? So for example, here you can select Canva and then click on it and you should be able to configure it. I have already configured a few. So you can see that, for example, if I click on Figma here, right? So these are some of the tools that it is showing. So this is the interactive tool. That is what is the MCP app, right? And then you have the read-only tools. You have the write and delete tool as well. So that's the Figma one. Similarly, if I look at Hex, which is a pretty interesting organization as well, you can see that it has these 4 interactive tools, right, which is what they have shipped together. Pretty interesting on how companies are going ahead and shipping. All right, so let me ask a question of this where I will ask, create a simple what if simulation dashboard for a financial planning on Canva. And let's see what it comes back with, right? So it is asking, wants to use the request online review from Canva, is providing some of the titles. So I'm just going to say yes. And now you can see that this is some of the example that it is giving in terms of what should be the different screens of the dashboard and multiple pages that should be there. And I'm going to say that, okay, go ahead and design, right? So now it is going to go ahead and design the overall structure directly in Canva from Claude. And this is a very interesting example of what an MCP app is like, where you can actually like literally have an interactive experience from your Claude into Canva, right? So let's see what it comes back with, but it's going to be super interesting. And it is not only just creating one slide, it is creating multiple design aspects of it, which is pretty crazy. So we'll give it a second for it to finish what it has started, and then it has finished already. So let's see what it has come back with. And we can also open this up in Canva. This is the first one, what if simulation, the second one, third, fourth. And yeah, there are multiple different slides, right? So pretty cool. And then you can directly open this in Canva as well. And it should directly link us to the exact same page here, right? So these are some of the scenarios that it has built. Pretty cool, right? This is very interesting. I love it. So that was like a really straightforward example of what is built out of the box. So the one which I showed you in the beginning was open the scenario modeler. And this one was custom built. So let's go ahead and do this for a second. So it is going to get the scenario, and there you go. So this is the scenario modeler. Now, as I had shown before, it is completely interactive. You can see a lot of different things which are possible here. So if I go back to the settings over here, right? So if I look at the connector, this is the custom one, which has one interactive tool, which is available. So I can click on always allow, and this allows you to interact with this specific interactive tool, right? Now, I want to show you how to configure this. And before that, let me take you through this particular GitHub repository where they have given a lot of these examples out of the box. So you guys should be able to use any one of these and should be able to run on your own as well. So it explains why MCP apps, it explains the different calls, etc., and also explains like the installation. So this is the npx command that I ran, and you're able to select a particular one. So for example, here, these are all different examples. All right, so when you look into this particular scenario modeler example, you will see that this is where they have clearly described the command that we need to use. So npx and then model context protocol server scenario modeler. So that's exactly what I did. Now, the official examples are actually designed for cloud desktop using stdio, right? So this is the stdio transport. Now, I wanted to test this for the Claude.ai web. The problem is Claude.ai runs on Anthropic server, right? So it cannot really reach the local host of my machine. So I needed a way to expose my local server to the internet. And there are a few ways to do it. Obviously, there's ngrok, then there's local tunnel, and then there's Cloudflare. I'm using Cloudflare because it's a free one and it doesn't require an account. This isn't the official MCP apps documentation. It's just a standard technique for exposing local servers. So you can see in my command here, I'm using npxy Cloudflare tunnel, and I'm exposing this particular local host, which is running here, right? So once you run this particular server with this particular scenario, then you you open up a new command prompt, and then you show this particular aspect of it. Then you point your Cloudflare tunnel to this particular URL. Okay. But if you're using Cloud Desktop, you don't need this particular step. You will be able to run this with this particular command directly. Okay. So I'm going to list the Cloudflare command as part of the description. So you should be good to go. So now you saw like multiple different examples, right? So we ran Canva, Figma, we also ran like a custom one, and you saw different tools giving different types of visualization. And that's the idea, right? So MCP servers would ship MCP apps, and the person who develops the MCP servers would be responsible for shipping those apps, right? And then they will have a lot of control over it versus the renderer. And probably if you remember my video on A2UI, which was the agent to UI protocol from Google, that's where the agent is actually shipping the JSON, which gets rendered by the UI of whatever chat interface you're using. So fundamentally different, but then both are providing visualizations directly as an output. So that was something which I really wanted to share with you guys. We looked at MCP Apps, which is the first official extension of MCP. And we also looked at multiple different demos. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comment section and I'll be happy to address them. And of course, if you found value in this particular video, please hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.